Hello guys, welcome to the software testing tips and tricks channel. So today we will talk about how to speed up your automation. So we are taking little break from Puppeteer videos and so many requests I got how to optimize their automation suite, how to speed up their automation suite, etc. So I will make this video to let you guys know how you can speed up your automation. So before that, please subscribe the channel and don't forget to press the bell icon, and also share this channel to other QA guys, so it will be very helpful for them as well. So let's start. So everybody's main headache is to speed up the automation. So sometimes what happens is when we think about automation, we thought like, okay, it will run overnight and we don't need to worry about how much time it takes. But when we go to CI/CD automation pipeline, and when we see like when developer raise their PR, your tests are running after that to certify the build, and it takes a time and you don't get that build on the time. So for those kind of things, like you need to uh, uh, speed up your automation test runs. Other thing is like regression also. Sometimes you have so many regression automation tests that take 4 hours to run. So that is not a good way. So automation meant to be test fast, and that's why like your automation should be run in optimal time. So to do that, I will share few smart techniques. Some of the techniques you must aware, and some of them will be new for you as well. So let's start. So first thing is fix non-stable test. Yeah, so this is the first thing you need to take care. Like before speed up the things, like your automation suite should be stable. So whatever flaky test you have, you need to run continuously many times and check like why it's failing, and you need to uh, uh, fix the test, so get the confidence on your automation suite. So to fix that, what you can do is either you can have put some scenarios, that's why to make sure it won't fail, or so you can remove some scenarios which is not necessary and it is causing trouble, and otherwise you can make separate set of those kind of fix. Other issue with in speed up, how it affects it, like if our test is failing, so it waits for element for to find for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and it keeps on waiting for elements, and it couldn't found sometimes and found sometimes. So whenever it gets fails, it takes more time. So ideally it should only fail whenever the issue. So those kind of tests you can fix. Second thing is avoid duplicate flows. So in especially in regression suits, we see lots of the flows are running in every automation suite, each and every automation suite. So to get one page, you need to click 3 page. So every time you are clicking 3 page and going to fourth page. So those kind of things, if can be avoided, you try to avoid this. And if two of the automation suites can be things can be done in one way, like in fourth page you are validating three things. So for all three things you have written one automation test. So every time you are going to 1 2 3 4 page three times. Instead you can go to 1 2 3 4 page and then run all your three tests in one go. So you can merge automation test in this kind of things. Other thing is like use of weights. So most of people are agree like weights take much of the time in automation suite. So one thing is like minimize the use of weights. So people will laugh, like who actually write automation, they know like they have put a weight to stabilize the test uh, test cases, but you need to check consider performance of your product or feature also. So you need to check with developer or check with product like how much time wait would be sufficient. Second thing is like use conditional wait as much as possible. So if you are some waiting for some element, so or you are switching to the page, don't put static wait for the element to be appeared. So whenever that element is appeared, your automation starts again. So other thing is like calculate waiting time for failing scenarios. Yeah, that is very more important. Like when the test case is failing, how much time you are waiting. So some of guys put the conditional waits, like after login is done, they wait for the username, and it is conditional wait. So they put like 5 minutes. Okay, it will keep on waiting for 5 minutes. So sometimes login is failed. The test case will be on the screen for 5 minutes. So it will cause the trouble for your. Especially it takes so much time that other test has to wait for those many times. Next is like use of element locators. So yeah, to in automation, like basically UI based automation, we use the XPath. So we have relative XPath versus static XPath. Sometimes we use JavaScript filters and CSS selectors. So in this case, like mostly now our uh, most of the companies are testing driven companies. So in automation is compulsory in most of the companies. So you can ask developer to put proper IDs so that you get directly XPath from ID. You don't have to write long XPaths. So you can ask the developers. Now the concept of data TID is also there. Data TIDs that is written for specifically for automation purpose in the code. So you can use those, and developers should not change those data TIDs considering automation team. So you can use those kind of tricks to get the element faster. And sometimes in JavaScript filters we are sorting all the arrays. We are searching from arrays which is in order of n square sometimes. So we need to optimize those kind of things. And CSS selectors are good to use like whenever possible, but it should not cause any trouble on passing or failing. Like it should every time get the element. So you can use that, and it is very fast. So run in parallel. So to run in parallel, everybody understand like it will fasten your automation test, but the issues with parallel running is like your all the test cases or all the test suites should be independent to each other and have compatible environment setup. So to run in parallel test cases, you have some environment where you can run the test cases parallel, and it runs as fast as when you are running in sequence. And your all the test cases should be independent. So it should not be like if test case A pass, then only test case B will run. In that kind of things, like running in parallel will create the trouble. So basically for sanity testing, when you are running those on the to certify the builds, all your test cases should be independent, and it could be run parallelly. And use of cookies and cheat codes. Yeah, some of will laugh with cheat codes, but if you see like most of the gaming companies when they are testing, they use cheat codes. Even as a child, when you are playing the games, you must have used some cheat codes. So especially if you consider the case of GTA Vice City, right? So in that, like to use particular weapon, you can pass the cheat code and you get that weapon. So to test that weapon, QA use that kind of cheat code. So when they want to test that weapon, they don't have to play so long and get that point and then get the that weapon. Or if you want to go at certain level, so if I want to test level 7, right? So I don't have to pass level 1 to 6 every time. I directly get level 7 by some cheat codes. So that kind of things you can use in your products as well. So especially cheat codes are meant to get unwanted things done. So sometimes like putting cheat code, you directly land to the page where you want to go there, or some videos you want to see that you can skip. So those kind of thing you can do using the cheat codes. And you can use cookies to load the page faster. So you can set some cookies like login cookies or some page cookies, so those page get load faster in automation. So other thing like main thing is like changing your automation structure. Don't go lot of UI, use APIs as well. So whenever possible, try to use API, especially in mobile automation. So when you are testing automating mobile application, so most of the data is come from API. So you can directly call those API and set the data in background and then start mobile application. So whatever data you need from server, you can fetch through APIs, and you can validate your applications. Automate only if required. So yeah, this is the thing, like most of the people try to go 100% UI automation. That is not the best way. Try to cover as well as much as possible in unit testing. Unit tests are fast, and it also should cover 100% of your code. So if it is covered in unit test, then there are less chance that it will fail, and it will be very fast as well. And if developer changes something, so there is responsibility to fix the unit test as well. Don't automate test partially. So in some of the organization, I see like people automate test partially. So half test don't make much difference, and also it will take time. Like half of the thing anyway you need to validate manually. Don't automate things which require to test only once. So some of the feature came where like you need to test the labels. So don't automate that. Like you are putting label only once and it will be forever there, and it won't make much more sense to automate those kind of things. So yeah, so those are the best points, like you can fasten your automation. Thank you guys. Please subscribe this channel, like and share this video, and follow on social media. So social media links are in the description. I hope that these tips will be useful for you in future. If you have any doubts, you can always comment and or message me on the social media. Thank you guys.